Job 35 through 37. And Elihu responded and said, Do you think this is right? Do you say, My righteousness is more than that of El? For you say, Of what use is it to you? What do I gain more than if I had sinned? Let me answer you and your friends with you. Look to the heavens and see, and consider the clouds which are higher than you. If you sin, what would you do against him? If your transgressions are increased, what would you do to him? If you are righteous, what do you give him? Or what does he receive from your hand? Your wrong is for a man like yourself, and your righteousness for a son of man. Because of the multitude of oppressions they cry out for help because of the arm of the many. And no one says, Where is Eloah, my maker, who gives songs in the night, teaching us more than the beasts of the earth, and makes us wiser than the birds of the heavens? There they cry, but he answers not because of the pride of evil ones. Only it's false that El does not hear, and that the Almighty pays no attention to it. Although you say you do not see him, yet right ruling is before him, and you wait for him. And now is it for naught that his displeasure has come? Yet he has not taken note of extreme arrogance. So Iyob opens his mouth in vain. He increases words without knowledge. Job 36. Then Elihu continued and said, Bear with me a little, and let me show you there is still more to say for Eloah. I bring forth my knowledge from afar, and ascribe righteousness to my Maker. For truly my words are not false. The one perfect in knowledge is with you. See, El is mighty, but rejects no one, mighty in power and heart. He does not keep the wrongdoer alive, but he gives right ruling to the oppressed ones. He does not withdraw his eyes from the righteous and sovereigns on the throne, and seats them forever, and they are exalted. And if they're bound in shackles, caught in the cords of affliction, then he reveals them to their work and their transgressions, that they behaved proudly. And he opens their ear for discipline and commands that they turn back from wickedness. If they obey and serve, they complete their days in blessedness and their years in pleasantness. But if they do not obey, they perish by the sword and die without knowledge. But the defiled ones in heart become enraged. Let them not cry for help when he binds them. Their being dies in youth, and their life among the male cult prostitutes. He rescues the afflicted one in his affliction and opens their ears in oppression. And he also would have brought you out of distress into a broad place where there is no restraint. And what is set on your table would be filled with rich food. But you are filled with the judgment of the wrong. Judgment and right ruling take hold of you. Beware that rage does not entice you to scoffing, and do not let a large bribe turn you aside. Would he value your riches? No, not precious ore, nor all your strength. Do not long for the night when people go up in their place. Beware, do not turn to wickedness, for you have chosen this rather than affliction. See, El is exalted by his power. Who is a teacher like him? Who has appointed him his way, or who has said, you have worked on righteousness? Remember to extol his work, of which men have sung. All men have seen it. Man looks on it from afar. See, El is great, beyond our understanding, and we do not know the number of his years, for he draws up drops of water which distill as rain from the mist, which the clouds drop down, pour down in showers on man. Also, who understands the spreading of clouds, the crashing from his booth? See, he has spread his light upon it, and he has covered the depths of the sea. For by these he judges the peoples. He gives plenty of food. He has covered his hands with lightning and commands it to strike. Its noise declares concerning him, also the cattle, as to what is coming up. Job 37. At this too my heart trembles and leaps from its place. Listen, listen to the trembling of his voice, and the sound that comes from his mouth. He lets it loose under all the heavens, and his lightning to the corners of the earth. After it a voice roars. He thunders with the voice of his excellency, and he does not hold them back when his voice is heard. El thunders wondrously with his voice, doing great deeds which we do not understand. For he says to the snow, be on the earth, and also to the gentle rain and the heavy rain of his strength. He seals up the hand of every man, for all men know his work. Then the beast goes into its lair, and they stay in their dens. From the room of the south comes the whirlwind, and the cold from the scattering winds of the north. By the breath of El, ice is given. Expanse of water becomes solid. He also loads the thick clouds with moisture. He scatters his bright clouds, and they swirl about, being turned by his guidance to do whatever he commands them on the face of the earthly world. He causes it to come, whether as a rod, or for his land, or for loving commitment. Listen to this, O Iyob, stand still, and consider the wonders of El. Do you know when Eloah placed them and caused the lightning of his cloud to shine? Do you know the balancing of the clouds, the wonders of the one perfect in knowledge? Why are your garments hot when the earth is stilled from the south? Did you, with him, spread out the clouds, strong as a hard mirror? Teach us, what should we say to him? We do not set in order because of darkness. Should he be told that I would speak? Would any man ask to be swallowed up? And now, they shall not look on the light that is bright behind the clouds, when the wind has passed and cleared them. From the golden north it comes with Eloah, his awesome excellency. The Almighty, we have not found him out. He is exalted in power and right ruling and great in righteousness. He does not oppress. Therefore men fear him. He does not regard any who are wise of heart.